Hey guys, what's up? Nico here. And in this episode, I bring you guys Matius. He's from Portugal. You're in Portugal, right?
Brazil.
Brazil. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Um, and he is one of the founders, right? And owners of CO3D, a platform where you guys can sell digital files for 3D printing. Now, we're going to talk about their marketing tactics, how they sell their files, all that jazz. If you're into 3D modeling and just want to sell your files so other people can 3D print them. Again, as always, the links in this episode are going to be in the video description in below if you guys are on YouTube. And if you're watching or if you're listening on your favorite podcast player, it's going to be in the show notes below. All right. And make sure you guys stay till the end of the episode for a product idea that you guys can sell or a tip before you guys can start doing your own 3D printing side business. So, Matius, what's going on, man? How's it going?
Okay, nice to meet you, Nico, and thank you for the invitation.
Oh, you're welcome, man. Thanks for being on the show.
Okay, great. I'm fine and great. Brazil is too hot now.
Yeah, I think it's hot everywhere, man. So, how much are you guys making per month profit on your guys' business?
So it would not be nice to expose the values here. And
Sure.
as we're talking about money of several people, because as I talked to you, Co3D, it's a marketplace and has a lot of modelers selling there. So Co3D has then less than 2 years on market, and we consider that is very little. And we work with support and intermediation when necessary. Those really profit from sales are the modelers, and we get the percentage of this transaction, all the transactions of the website. But
Okay.
who makes okay?
So how much percentage do you guys get from people who come on board and sell their files?
Co3D gets 15%, but PayPal get more 5%. So total is 20.
Okay. So it's just like CG Trader then. CG Trader actually takes about 30%, if I'm not mistaken, and all that. I know my manufacturer takes a percentage as well.
Yeah. We based it on the websites that working like CG Trader or Gambari, and we try to get the lower tax fee, the lower fee.
Sure.
But it's very hard because we need to pay the server and create new features.
The server space. So how did you come up with this idea? Where did you guys start? How did you guys start?
We emerged because of the need of people. The makers were making collective purchases using the most different ways without any type of security or organization. There is a great need of split the cost of model, because good models for 3D printing, it's very high costs. Our main tool at the moment is the control of crowdfunding, helping to manage the payment and intermediate any problem that occur along the way.
Okay. So how do you guys figure out? I mean, it's basically the modelers, right, that come in and they figure out what products will sell. So how did you guys get your first clients, your first customers?
No, we manually introduced Co3D on the market. We got in touch with people who were doing fundraising campaigns using other tools or even doing the manual process. We showed the advantage to use Co3D, and many people migrate, and making the community grow exponentially.
Okay, so did you just contact them one by one, the modelers, or what?
Yeah, I'm trying one by one by Facebook, Instagram. I saw the people doing something. I have the model, and I want to create a crowdfunding here. I when calls the people in the chat in private and talk, we have a tool to do that, and it's very nice to do everything you need and all automate the project.
Okay, so basically you guys found people on Instagram 3D modelers for 3D printing specifically, and you guys reached out to them and say, hey, come on our platform and we'll help you sell your models. Is that what's
Yeah,
going on?
this was the first step. Then we create another ways to do the better ways, like advertising, something like that. But it's very difficult because when you work with money of people, you need trust, and you cannot trust in the company that already starting. So anybody never see the Code 3D before, and we have a tool now, and why I will put my model inside this project that I never knew before. So this part was very hard.
Okay, sounds good, man. So that's what CO3D does, right?
Yeah. Code 3D helps people to create your crowdfunding,
Okay.
find modelers to create an idea or a project that you have in
Okay.
mind.
So people who want to get a model done can go on CO3D
Yeah,
and say, hey, I want this done. And then they can crowdfund for the modeler.
yeah, you can create a request. You create a request, and the modelers inside the platform, we have a lot of modelers active there. It will send proposals for you. You just find the better fit for you. And when you choose one, you can pay for all the model, like you buy exclusive for you, but you can create a crowdfunding. You have when you start a campaign, you get first quarter. You don't need to pay anything because other guys will pay. But if you want the project exclusive for you, you can pay everything and get the project start
Okay.
just at the
So
moment.
once you guys got your first modelers, right? So you got the modelers in. How did you get people to use the platform for that? How did you guys do that?
Okay, so I think that way that I said, but the modelers were easier that to get makers, because modelers, I am a modeler, so I have colleagues, and they trust me, and I have groups on Facebook, WhatsApp, and I send for these guys, and then they start to use the platform. So
Mhm.
now we have the modelers inside the platform, and this modelers start to sell, and I have models inside the platform. Now I need clients, the makers. That's the first the way that I get this more easy for was using influencers like
Okay.
YouTubers, companies inside Brazil. We have a channels of YouTube inside Brazil that have 1,000 of views now, no
Okay.
users.
So you
I
guys use
forgot the
YouTube
word.
and social media to get the makers to connect with
Yes,
the modelers. So,
yes, yes.
okay,
And try to spread the company. It's worked very good.
cool. So how does the business make money? So you guys just use the fee method, right? So you guys get 20%. Actually, you said 15% and 5% is the PayPal
Yeah, yeah,
fee.
yeah. Like this, we have a fee about every transaction inside the website, and this fee pays a server and the payment methods, and we pay for us to continue creating new features.
That's good, man. So what do you use when you 3D model?
Sorry, I don't get it.
What software do you use?
Software. Okay. To create my models, I
Mhm.
use a ZBrush, but it's
ZBrush.
very,
Okay.
yes, it's very common. People use a Blender or Maya, and there is a lot of programs. But when you need to create something more simple, you can use, for example, a 3D Builder that comes with Windows, and you can create primitive forms, for example, or a little pieces or gadgets. It's easy to create there something for 3D print like this. But we have a mesh mixer too from Autodesk. I think that's the better tools that I use.
So what things do you model for yourself? Like what things do you create for 3D printing that you yourself model?
I like statues of figures. So
Okay.
I have my collection. I like this a lot, and that's why I start to study about anatomy and 3D modeling. So I have a retro collection from Power Rangers and the hype too, like Marvel and other characters. But I like the classic characters from Marvel, for example, the classic Iron Man, the classic Hulk. So that's the things that I like. But I have a wife and I have a lot of things to do in my house. So so I
Oh
do
man,
a lot of things to my wife too. Like I forgot the thing to put plants inside.
a planner. So you've
Yeah,
designed planners for her as well.
yeah. But I have we can do. I even with I'm using a lot Code 3D, but I know the websites that has a lot of free access STLs like things, Thinkiverse. It's very good website, but for more simple things. So I using a lot of Thinkiverse to buy my simple things. Code 3D resolves the problem for the most complex 3D print things. So when you need to simple things, you can use a free STL, but when you need a complex, like a figure, a diorama, something big, you need to find a modeler or something, so someone that creates something for you.
I agree because you get what you pay for, right? And so if you want something high detailed, high value, you got to put time in it. And you're just not going to get that for free on Thingiverse or on Thangs, or even My Manufactory or Cults, right? And so it's good that you have modelers like yourself that can model in ZBrush and Sculpt, and you guys can sell your files that way. So that's good, man. So did you build your website, or did you outsource that, or did you have partners who do the website?
Me and my partner, sorry about this. I need to talk about him before, but when we started talking, I forgot
Oh,
to say.
no problem.
The coterie was created by me and Victor. Victor, it's a backend developer, and I am a front-end developer. So our skills are complete each other, and we create the coterie by by us. So uh, all the projects, I create all the interfaces, user experience and user interface, and he creates everything about the backend and database and all technology. He is CTO of the company and I am CEO. So we did everything by us, but now we have developers to do for us, and we just do the code review.
Okay. So you yourself, you said before our recorded conversation, you said you're a maker, right?
Yeah.
A maker is someone who takes the STL files for 3D printing and you make them. So what machine do you have? You said you like statues and stuff, so I presume resin.
Yeah. I'm like a lot of technology. So my first print I did based on the Prusa project. I create a Prusa 3 and was my first print. Just for understand everything about 3D printing, I wanted to create my print, not create, just build it based on the project. HAP project. It has a lot of internet. So then I bought FDM printer.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know Ender 3? Oh, yeah.
Yes. Ender 3,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, and I have I built another one up called Hypercube Evolution. It's a Core XY.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very good
Those are
printer. It's a
nice. Those are really nice.
Yeah, and I have now Anycube Photon S for my 3D printing. It has SLA prints.
Those are
So I
really
have
nice too. I personally like the Elegoo Saturn, but those I heard are really nice too.
Yeah, I have a Lego Watch and Cure. It's very good too. So I do this by just for hobby, but I know a lot because I'm studying a lot to create CO3D too, because I think
Mhm.
we need to know about the business, about the pain of the people. Sometimes I need a detailed character, and I cannot find in the Thingiverse, and it's
Sure.
very hard to find
It is. It
a
is. It is.
modeler.
So are people allowed to sell prints on CO3D, or is it just straight up digital files?
For now, it's just digital files, but it's in our mind to create this part for sales, the physical status. But it's a new word. We need a new logistic is for delivery, and we need we work with partners, so we not sell the status. We will find someone that sells, and we'll get the fee for that. So we need to find some companies that sell the status and put inside the code 3D, and we can sell. But we need to think about everything logistic about if someone needs to give back, don't want more the statue, give back. I need to think that I don't know the name of this in English because I didn't study this for now, but it's in our mind.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Cool, man. So what's next for CO3D? What's in the future for you guys? What are you working on now?
You get the question because we really want to work with sales with physics status, but it's a very new market for us. As we work with a collaborative, we need to form right partners before make any decisions. But we intend to make our subscription club to make a tour even more complete, because we saw that a lot of modelers are migrating for this. I don't know if you know the website called Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
Patreon.
Yeah, I have a Patreon. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So Patreon, it's a very good business, because you have a fidelity of your patrons. So Code3D wants to do something like that for the modelers. You have a club like a patron inside the CO3D for using the tools inside the Code3D. So it's I think we need to, we think for the future too.
That works, man. Dude, that's awesome. So I think that's it for all the questions that I have. What is your number one tip for everyone watching or listening to us right now for their 3D printing business?
I have a lot of tips.
Just give me one. What's your best one?
I think people in the 3D print world needs to more empathy, because
Empathy. All right, that's a new one for me.
Because we need to when you like something, you want to make money with something, live with this thing. For example, I like 3D print. I want to live with 3D print. I want to make money and do something like I love for a living. But we need to money to eat, to do another things.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I saw that people are sharing, for example, sharing files. You buy something for a modeler and just distribute, just deliver free for the community.
Right.
So
yeah,
the modeler will just stop the sellings, because if these are free, why I will buy?
Right. Why would you do something if this is going to be given away anyway, right?
Yeah, it's like a piracy. It
is exactly piracy.
Yeah, exactly, piracy. It's leak of files. But so I think people need more love inside 3D print, because
I agree.
sometimes people just get this model for free, but they know that it's paid, but sells a statue, for example. Why you didn't pay the modeler, but you sells your statue, for example?
Right. So it's a respect thing. They don't respect the 3D modeler. They don't respect the business.
I think this is the word, respect
Yeah.
for all the areas.
Yeah, I agree, man. So Matius, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. So again, you guys, all the links to CO3D is going to be in the description below. If you guys are on YouTube, if you're on your podcast player, it's going to be in the show notes. And I told you guys to stay for a product idea, and here it is. So Matius, during the show, talked about making his wife those planners, right? So you guys can use those planners. You can make them, you can design them, and you can sell those. It can be herb planners, they can be planners outside, they can be, you know, planners that you can hang in the tree. And if you just niche down on that, dude, you guys can make so much money from that. Just get creative with what kind of planners you have. If you have like Matius, you've seen those Bulbasaur, like the Pokemon planner,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Where
I
you can
have
put a
one.
plant in the back of the grass
Yeah,
type Pokemon,
Groot
right? You
too.
can do one of
Groot.
those. What can you create creatively for planners? Like, how can you help people who want to put plants in their house or outside their house? Cool. All right, guys, that's it for now. Matius, anything else for our listeners and our watchers?
Oh, just for thank you, everybody. Thank you, Nico, for the invitation. And I hope you print a lot of things.
All right, guys, thank you. I appreciate it. We'll catch y'all later. Thanks for watching. Peace.